up, YouTube? I'm Nintendo Man 64, and I'm bringing you another playthrough of another game. Now that I've got that Elgato thing working perfectly for my computer, I have the time to show you guys a new game. And not just show, I'm here to play a new game. But first, there needs to be something that needs to be addressed. A personal matter that, honestly, I'm surprised it's taken me even this long to come clean about. And that is my relationship with Kingdom Hearts. Now, a lot of you probably know, wondered why I was playing Kingdom Hearts games, especially even out of order, before I could play the first game, which is, in case you don't know, what we're gonna be playing. I bet you wondered why I was playing Kingdom Hearts games then when I could have just waited until now to play those games. Well, a couple of things. The first thing was that I didn't really figure my channel would become successful enough where I could play this, but thanks to you guys being awesome fans, I'm able to get away with it. And this time, I am going to be playing an awesome game for you guys, and that's Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 1, Final Mix to be precise. Now, another reason why I was playing those Kingdom Hearts games, even coded, which made me an alcoholic, was this. I have a very, very personal relationship with Kingdom Hearts 1. As I'm going to adjust the screen options here, just a little bit. Just zoom out a little bit so we're not going to be too far out. My relationship with Kingdom Hearts is very interesting. I know a lot of you probably have this sort of relationship with a movie or a TV show, or maybe you have a relationship with a video game of your own. When I was about 6 or 7, my parents got divorced, and I had to leave the place that I'd known as home my entire life. It was a lot harder than I thought to make new friends. More harder than I could have possibly imagined it being harder. It was also really hard because my mother and father, as I've said before, are not the biggest fan of video games. They thought it was just like a gigantic waste of time to play, and we're like, you know what, it's nice as a time waster, but you know what, you should be focusing on other things. I mean, honestly, that is probably true, but, yeah, it took me a long time to adjust to the fact that my parents were divorced. And everyone brought out all the cards. Oh, you'll get double the presents. Oh, you'll get to see family members twice the same. You won't have to listen to them fighting anymore. It took me a long time, and there was nothing anyone could really do to make me happy. For over a year, a 6-year-old boy, actually 7 for the most part, a 7-year-old boy was on the verge of clinical depression. Everyone got me involved in everything. My mom signed me up for football. My dad signed me up for baseball. I was doing karate. I was involved in clubs at school, like chess club and all that stuff. But nothing was really motivating me. Nothing really had me happy. That is until 2002. Late 2002, in fact. One of the few things I liked to do that could even give me momentary solace from all the things that happened in 2001, which was from August to November of 2001, it was an absolute nightmare for me personally. I mean, my dad was laid off on September 10th, and he works in the city. And then the next day, he found a lot of his friends had died in the 9/11 terrorist attacks. So he was depressed from that. And then on top of that, I was depressed from the divorce. And it took a very long time for it to do. But anyway, one of the few things that could keep me happy, and even if it was for just an hour or 2 hours, was watching a Disney movie. That reminded me really of times when my family was happy. We would sit on the couch, all 4 of us, every Sunday night to watch The Wonderful World of Disney, which would air movies. it would air Toy Story, it would air Pocahontas, it would air Lion King. We had these movies, but you know what we did? We watched them anyway because that was what was important to us. Keeping us together, not just as a family, but as a people in general. And a lot of the Disney movies we had, a fair amount of them, not a lot, were lost during the divorce. I actually did not have a copy of The Jungle Book until we found it in the deepest corner of our storage unit when we moved about 10 years ago. And one of the few things that I was not into video games anymore. I dropped Pokemon, guys. Me, one of the biggest Pokemon freaks you'll ever know. I dropped Pokemon. I didn't play it anymore. It wasn't fun anymore. I was changing schools. It was all this stuff. The only thing that stayed consistent with me was the Disney films. And one in particular I got on the way to a family trip to Georgia to visit my mom's then boyfriend's relatives just outside of Atlanta. One of the videos we got was Mickey's House of Villains. That's actually the first openings video that I showed you guys when I uploaded it via the video camera. And as many of you know, that particular video had a teaser for Kingdom Hearts. And my mom noted how incredibly excited and happy I was to see that there was a video game that was going to be starring not just the Disney characters, but Final Fantasy characters. One of the few video games my dad played with me when I was a little kid was Final Fantasy VII. And I loved that game. I haven't personally played it in a long time, but I definitely remember having that game. My dad loved it, and I loved it. So my mom, who didn't really talk to my dad at that point, made a note to when we were stopped at the hotel to sleep, called my dad to tell me to pick him up a copy of Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts really, I know it may sound cheesy and stupid, but Kingdom Hearts saved my life, for me personally. I've seen people who have not been able to get over divorces or parental death or things that are horrible things to deal with, but you can find solace in one thing. Some people could find it in movies, some could find it in books, some could find it in TV shows, in videos on YouTube. I found mine in Kingdom Hearts. And I have made it a tradition myself to play Kingdom Hearts, any of the games really, once a year. And that's not only that, I mean, my dad is happy when I tell him that I'm playing through this game again. It's the only time him and I ever truly bonded over video games after the divorce. I mean, we had fun playing Mario Kart and Super Smash Brothers, but he was doing it just to be a good dad and to be involved in what I was doing. Kingdom Hearts, the two of us worked together to play that game the first time I got it. In a time where my dad was playing games like Resident Evil, Medal of Honor, Grand Theft Auto, he bought Kingdom Hearts and we played Kingdom Hearts. I'll never forget that. And I will never forget this game. This game has left a significant impact on my life. And I thank you guys for sitting here and appreciating that. I bet you guys now want to get into the game itself, but I'm going to give you a little brief thing about Kingdom Hearts 1.5. Oh my god, I'm about to cry. Okay, this is Kingdom Hearts 1.5 HD Remix. This is the remixed version of the first three Kingdom Hearts games in terms of chronological order, semi-chronological order. This collection includes Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, which was previously unreleased in North America. It was only available in Japan. Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories, which was released in the US in 2008 for the PlayStation 2, updated and revamped for the PlayStation 3 with HD graphics and such. The same goes for Final Mix. And Kingdom Hearts Days. I've never been able to understand what the title of that is, But this, instead of the other, unlike the other two games, this is cinematics. This is just a movie version of that game. Now, I may be playing Days at some point throughout the whole venture of games and stuff that I tend to play. But for now, I am going to be playing just Kingdom Hearts 1. And we're going to move on to Chain of Memories. That will be the next Kingdom Hearts game we play. I know I already played it last year, but this is the revamped version. And we'll actually be able to do the second half of the story. Because I won't be dealing with memory card loss this time, because the memory saves onto my PS3. Isn't that just awesome? Okay. I honestly know that, I get that it's only been like 11 minutes since I started, but honestly, I think I'm gonna need a minute, so I'll see you guys soon. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm NintendoMan64. Join me next time when we take on the first real episode of Kingdom Hearts 1, which will be beginning eventually. I'm sorry, guys. I just need a minute.